Welcome back. This is a video that I wanted to do for since the Galaxy S21 came out, but I had to be positive first. I dropped that video yesterday saying the top 5 reasons to buy the Galaxy S21. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the opposite. So these are the top 5 reasons to why you should not buy a Samsung Galaxy S21. And I'll be honest, I am just holding these things in and I just need to get them out. First of all, the Samsung Galaxy S21 has a lower resolution display than the Samsung Galaxy S20. Now, why is this a big deal? First of all, in all honesty, it's really not that big of a deal if I'm being completely honest, but it's more so of just, why didn't they just keep that specific panel on it? You know what I mean? There's a lot of phones out there that are being sold even at this price tag at $799 that have higher resolution displays than this specific panel. So why did they stick with 1080p? Now, I'm going to assume that it's still going to be a very good panel. It's going to be beautiful and all this stuff, but it's still very strange that they went backwards instead of going forwards. You look at a device like the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, or better yet, a Samsung Galaxy S6 that had a 1440p display from many years ago. Why were they able to put that type of panel on the Galaxy S6 at that point and still make probably a lot of money? But at this point, they had to go backwards and develop a panel that's low resolution, even though it still has a high refresh rate and everything. It just doesn't really make too much sense to me. And that specific reason is probably the third reason, but I wanted to get out of the way. But the number 2 reason, I'm kind of doing these out of order, is the plastic back on this device. Now, in all honesty, we're probably going to throw a case on it. I typically throw a case on most of my devices that I use on a main phone. But for these other phones that I use, like this S21, I'm not going to use as a main phone probably for the duration of my life. And it's just kind of weird. Again, like a plastic back, I'm totally okay with. If it was a removable back, like a plastic removable back, that's a whole different story. But the fact that we had the glass back on pretty much every single Galaxy S phone from the Galaxy S6 onwards, it just seems like we're taking a step back. It just doesn't seem like we're evolving in the right way. You look at the Galaxy Note 20, the Galaxy S20 FE. The S20 FE I think is a different beast, but the Note 20, there's no reason that phone should have had a plastic back. It does not make any sense. It doesn't even feel good. Like visibly, it kind of looks the same a little bit, but when you feel it, it definitely does not feel like glass. It doesn't feel like frosted glass. It definitely feels like plastic for sure. And I'm okay with it, I guess, but it is very annoying that we went backwards here as well. Now, this third thing is the worst thing in the world. I don't know why Samsung did this. It's the most backwards thing I've ever seen them do again, and it's the no micro SD card slot. It's just something where, when you looked at Samsung, they were the ones who kept that micro SD card. They kept that headphone jack on that device for quite a bit of time too, until the S20, but they kept that micro SD card slot on this device, and they had a lot of hype about it. They had a lot of praise for it, rightfully so. That was a very bold move. All the other manufacturers removed it. LG removed it. I don't even think Sony, I don't even have their phone in a long time, but a lot of other manufacturers removed it. But this specific manufacturer, Samsung, kept it on their devices, and that was a very good thing. I love seeing that. They did remove it for this device though. They kept it on the Note 20 Ultra though. The S20, S20 Plus, and S20 Ultra all do not have micro SD card slots. So again, it's like the S20 had it, the S20 Plus, S20 Ultra, the S20 FE had it. This device does not have that capability. Very, backwards type of thinking. And I don't know what they're thinking with this. It's just a very weird thing that they did. So in terms of that, there's really nothing we can do about it. Now, the fourth thing, also kind of going along with that, is that there's less accessories in the box. When the S20 came out, we had so many things in it. I feel like we had a bunch of stuff in it. There was a time also Samsung just threw in a bunch of headphones and random stuff, and they were actually pretty good headphones then too. But we don't really have too many accessories in the box. This isn't really that big of a deal to me, considering I have a bunch of chargers and stuff. But for the average person who wants to go out and buy this type of phone, they're going to have to go and buy the charger separately, which again is just so crazy. I remember back in the day with I think like the Nintendo 3DS or some console like that, Nintendo wasn't selling the charging cable in the box. You had to buy it separately, and that was such a weird thing to me at that time. And now it's like an everyday occurrence, which is so crazy. So in terms of that, that's very crazy as well. Now, the fifth thing, I just threw this in here because I had to, come up with 5 reasons, and it honestly is one thing that I always complain about is the software. I'm not a huge fan of One UI 3. If anybody watches my videos, you know this. I like Oxygen OS. I like stock Android. I can even handle sometimes like LG's UI, sometimes not really. It's probably even bad. That one's bad too. But One UI is very strange. I'm not a fan of it. One UI 3 has gotten a little bit better, just like how One UI 2 has gotten a little bit better, but it's still not quite there. Samsung has a long ways to go, and hopefully one day they'll come to their senses and maybe make something that's kind of more stock. But those are basically my top 5 reasons as to why you should not buy a Samsung Samsung Galaxy S21 or any of the S21s, to be honest. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.